The Sims 4. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words. Let's read. The Sims 4 is the highly anticipated life simulation game that lets you play with life like never before. Create and control Sims with new emotions, unique personalities and distinct appearances. Smarter Sims with new emotions and unique personalities provide you greater choices to create rich, entertaining and weird stories. Yes guys, I'm reviewing The Sims 4 even though it came out over a year ago. It just shows that there's not a lot else out there at the minute to review, but I haven't really reviewed any of the Sims games, so I think it's time that The Sims met my channel. So most people know what The Sims is, but for those that don't, here's a quick explanation of how you play the game. This is from a guy's point of view, obviously. Well, it might be from a girl's point of view as well, I don't know, but it's from Mac's point of view, from my point of view. You create the hottest chick that you can think of. You create this beautiful woman. You give her beautiful curves. You make her breasts full. You can have them up like false ones. You know when you have false breasts that look like two fucking balloons? Or you can have them hanging freely and looking properly and natural, the really good ones. You can curve her figure to exactly as you want, guys, and then you make her wear the most beautiful seductive clothes. You make her makeup just nice, and you make her exactly the way you want her because you are after lesbian sex. That's all you buy it for. That's what it is. You are making the perfect lesbian. And once you've got her, you give her a house to live. It's just, you haven't got much money, so you just give her the little slot to start with. It's just like a little shitty house. But then you press Control Shift and C and you type motherload. Then after you've typed it, you copy that and then press enter, then paste, then enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, and you make yourself obviously rich. And then you buy the best house on the lot, the mansion on the hill, and it's all yours, guys. It's all yours. So that's the first stage of the game. It's quite an easy game, this, guys. It's not a difficult game at all. Copy and pasting and pressing return can be a bit tricky if you go too fast and get too excited, but generally speaking it's fine. So once you've got this house, you then start on your quest to everybody. So you grab a taxi into town and you just bump into somebody, and then it's when you bump into somebody, this is where the real depth of the game comes in. You have to befriend the person. Now you've got to be careful. You can't just say, hey, do you want to fuck? Yeah, that's not how it works in The Sims or in life. Well, it does work in life depending on which state you're in and who you're talking to, but what you do, you introduce yourself and go, hi, friendly introduction. Ah, yes, hi there, are you alright? Yeah, and they'll say, hi there, hi. And then you'll say, oh, you quite look nice. It's just a little compliment. You just throw a little compliment in, then you get to know them. You know, you just talk shit. It's like, get to know you. Oh yeah. Ask how your day has been. How's your day been? But all the time you're thinking, I want you in bed, you whore. But you haven't got to let them know that. You've got to pretend that you just want to be friendly. So you talk about shit like sunglasses and crap like that. But you're constantly watching to see for that opening. You get into a deeper and deeper conversation with them. And then eventually you think, I'm going to try a bit of bodily contact. You hit the romance. And then you say, I am attracted to you. Can I just give you a little hug maybe? Just a tiny one. Just let's touch. Let's just get that touch. And then it happens. You get that embrace going, guys, and then that's it. There's no turning back once you've got the embrace, because once you've got the embrace, you then go for the first kiss, that first innocent little kiss, and you just grab them and you just pull them in and you just give them that little kiss, and that's all you need. That means you're gonna fuck their brains out. That's all it is to it, because from that point on, you phone a fucking taxi and you just get them back to your house, and then you select the magic word, guys. Woohoo, which means I wanna fuck your brains out, love. And the great thing about this game, it is so customizable because you can make every person that's in the game, and it's all you do is you just go back to the main menu and create a sim, and you can have their traits the way you want. So obviously you select them all romantic, and the best thing about the romantic trait is you can have it so they're a slut. So I mean, you might think romantic is yes I want to find that perfect person. You can have that, but why anyone would pick that? The other one is play the fucking field. In other words, jump into bed with as many fuckers as you can over a short period of time. So everybody in my game has that trait. They're also cheerful. We don't want miserable bastards in here, so they're all cheerful sluts. That's what we have. And then you just fill the game with cheerful sluts. And then as you go around, everybody wants to fuck you. So you just make them all different shapes and sizes, different size breasts and arses. You've got every kind of fantasy going on here, guys. It's just honestly one of the best games I've ever played. And as you're going around, it's kind of competition time. You don't get you do get achievements in this game, but I'm quite confused on the achievements because I had this house, right, with 3 women in it, and I thought, right, I'm gonna fuck all of yous in the same day. The first one was my own personal record. From meeting her to getting her between the sheets, it was 1 minute 33 seconds. I mean, that is a personal best, guys. You know, you talk about esports and all these people who go and play StarCraft 2 and all that professionally. That's not skill. This is fucking skill. I mean, if you should have seen my second shag in this game, I mean, it was unbelievable. I just fucked the girl upstairs, right? And she was asleep, and I took her mate up, and I said to the last that I just fucked, oh, you fat ass, get out of bed. I'm fucking your best friend. All right. So I got a best friend, put her into the bed, shagged her brains out. That's skill, guys. How can people not see that The Sims 4 is a very, very skilled game? And then the last one, I was wrecked on my feet. I needed to piss, I needed to sleep, but I went and chatted a friend up, brought her upstairs, and I fucked her brains out as well. 3 girls in the same fucking day, all friends, shagged a lot. But you have to be careful because Old Meg is in this game. Now, Old Meg isn't as easy. Oh, no, you might think Old Meg will just be jumping into bed. No. Old Meg isn't like that, you see, guys. I tried everything to bed Old Meg. She wouldn't have it. I stood there. I even went into the worst place and asked if they wanted to be my girlfriend, and she said yes, I'll still be your girlfriend. And I says, well, can I f*** you? And she says, no, you can only f*** me if you get your f***ing wallet out. I want to see you green, I want to see your money. And she would not have it. I tried every flirtation compliment in the book, and Old Meg just said, get your f***ing money out or you're not f***ing me. Obviously there's some women that you can't f***. There's some women that just, no matter how much you try, they're just not interested. And so you have a room in your house for them. You have a room and you lock them in that room. You let them die alone of starvation. They are locked in the room with the evil gnomes. The evil gnomes, guys, and the pink rabbit. And Rabbit and the evil gnomes just stare at her. And she goes crazy. She starts thinking strange stuff. She's looking at the room. She goes paranoid. She's pissing on the floor because there's no toilet. She's got hunger pains and pissing on the floor. And then eventually she collapses into her puddle of her own piss, guys. As she has just lived there for days and days. But that is the price. That is the price for not letting me f*** you, and I'm f***ing other people while she's actually dying in that. It's not for kids, this game, guys. But then, of course, there's the big party, the big happy jolly party where you invite everybody in, and all the people you've been f***ing over the course of the game all come in, and there's a big party, and you're all having a dance. But then it all goes wrong because you notice one of your exes flirting with another woman. And you get jealous and then you get sad. And they all go home because you're sad. And so you're left there and you haven't had a shag at your own house party. But then you notice that the cooker is broken. So you phone for the repairman and lo and behold, guys, it's a woman that turns up. And she's quite hot as well, so what you do, you chat to the repair woman, you say, f*** the cooker, who cares? Like, will you come to bed and f*** me? And she says, yes, I will. And so you go upstairs and you f*** the brains out of the repair person. Oh, it's great, guys. It's just, there's also another game mode, guys, in this where you have to play life. You don't have much money. You go into the game, you make your family or who you're gonna be, and you have got to get a job, and the job gives you money, and with that money you have to live. You have to buy food, and you have to make your house a bit better, and then you find a partner, and you've got to be careful because what this differs from Sims 3 is you have moods, and which is a really good thing. It's like mine's always flirty because that's the way I've made them, but you get angry people who have to have fights, you get all kinds of moods, and you can do actions based on the moods that you're on and get rewards for that. And you can find a partner and you get married and you can have children and you can build a nice family. You can all get jobs and get promoted in your jobs, get more money, buy a bigger house. There's places to visit, there's museums and all sorts, there's a park. There's not as much as Sims 3, and the thing that annoys me about Sims 4 compared to Sims 3 is there's loading screens. Sims 3 was quite seamless, but in Sims 4 if you want to go out, you get a loading screen, and the worst thing about that is whatever was going on in your house when you left is no longer happening. I mean, I had someone locked up in my dungeon, and when I came back to the house, they'd gone, and there was no way you could do that because you can lock the doors. And remember in The Sims when to kill people you had to take the door off? Well, in this you don't, you just lock the door, and you can either lock it to everybody including your own sim, or you can lock it to everybody except the cleaner and your own sim. So it's great for building some sort of prison in your house, but you can't leave your house. If you leave your house and travel to another zone, they will vanish, which is a bit shit. I mean, that's bad. It should be seamless. I mean, we've got better PCs than we had when Sims 3 was out, but the good features are that you have this mood thing, which is much better than you had in Sims 3. Another great thing about Sims 4 compared to Sims 3 is multitasking. Remember in Sims 3, if you were like eating your cornflakes and somebody came to the door and wanted to talk, you'd have to put your cornflakes down. You no longer do that. You can eat your cornflakes while talking. You can go on the toilet and play on your tablet while having a shit. You can multitask, and it's great. And a lot of the interactions are so much better as well than there was in the Sims 3. But like I say, the loading screens between places, and the fact, one of the real annoyances for me is that the game's pretty bare. There's a shitload of expansions for it, but the bare bones houses, it's just Doll's House Simulator really, to be honest guys. There's not a lot to do unless you shell out like another £10 for the spa, the jobs. I mean, you do get some jobs with the game, but you don't get a lot. You don't get a massive amount of clothes as well, and it's all downloadable. But there are sites where you can download free stuff like nipples and penises, which is very, very advisable. There's a sensor patch which takes off the sensor so you can see them getting showered and shit. And all that. All these things are great, but the base kind of pack that you get is a bit shit. And it's just a bit of a cash grab really. You don't get a lot for your money, and this is still £50. I got it on the cheap, guys, in the 50% off sale. I had it bought for me actually. So that's The Sims 4, and this has been a bit of a strange review. So yeah, is it worth a buy then? If you're into perverse game lesbian sex simulators, I guess it is, but if you're wanting to play it properly, nah, it's not. It's not worth £50. You don't get a lot for your money, and you know, to get the full on Sims, you have to buy about 6 expansions, and that's going to knock the price well over £100. No way is it worth that. No way. But top tip, guys, if you have a wife and you get completely ridiculed for playing computer games, if you are always getting told to grow up, you know, how old are you? Still playing computer games? You say it's your job, but whenever I come in your room, you don't look like you're fucking working, do you? No, you're sitting playing Elite, or you're sitting playing that other stupid game with the stupid guns. You know, that's what they like. But what you do, guys, what you do, top tip, buy them a fucking laptop or something, you know, just something decent, and buy them The Sims. You don't even have to get them The Sims 4. Sims 3 will do, and just put Motherload in and show them the house. Forget the game, don't bother with the game, just say, hey look love, seen this? You can build your own house, and you can match the curtains with the carpets, yeah. And you've got all these colours that you can match, and you can buy a sofa, and you've got plenty of money, because every time you want more money you just type Motherload in, and they go, really, can I, so I can make my own living room and match up the curtains with the carpets with the sofa? Oh yeah, you can do that. Oh, that's good. So it's like a design your own house. Yeah. If that's what you want it to be, that's what it is. And she'll sit there and she's fine. And then every time she comes up to you and says, playing games, you play the fucking Sims. That's not a game, it fucking is. It's a fucking game. Well, and that's it. You've got them. They can't answer, and they can't stop playing it because they're obsessed with matching up curtains with fucking carpets, guys. So top tip there. And I'm sorry this has gone on for so long, but there you go. It's not worth a buy, guys. Come on, let's be honest.